This week's Newcastle Confidential asked for your questions, and thank you for the scores that came in. From stadiums to transfers to contracts and sponsorship, no subject was left unexplored. We've picked around 15 that cover most areas, and my answers are below. Enjoy! Do you think we are using Bryan Mbeumo as a media smokescreen for an alternative and lesser-known number one right-wing target, Aklish/Bakayoko, etc.? Magpie Media, if £60 million is the price for Mbeumo, wouldn't that be a fair price with what he offers? I'd say so. Owen Mbeumo is a name that has been doing the rounds for a while now. He was strongly linked ahead of January. Indeed, I recall doing a YouTube Q&A from Athens in November and saying then there was no chance of him arriving in the new year. That is not to say Newcastle don't like him. We reported in this column on January 23rd that Steve Nixon watched Mbeumo during Brentford's 2-2 draw with Manchester City earlier that month. And there is a lot to like about him, I agree. I'm just not sure Newcastle would pay upwards of £60 million. Paul Mitchell said during his interview with us in September that paying a premium for proven players was a luxury they could perhaps no longer afford. You may say in response, what about Matheus Cunha? I think this is slightly different in that the versatility Newcastle identified in the Wolves forward would have made it feel like two signings for the price of one even, if that was £62.5 million. Eddie Howe and others believe Cunha can play as a 7, 8, 9 and 11. Sadly, for Newcastle, it looks like Manchester United have offered a salary package way beyond where Newcastle can currently go. However, if Man United fail to make the Champions League and Newcastle do, there may still be a twist or two in that one. As for Mbeumo being a media smokescreen, I don't think so. He is a player they like, and they have watched him. He will be on the shortlist. He is versatile, but not to the extent of Cunha. If they can negotiate Brentford down from the reported asking price, a deal could be explored, especially as he only has 2 years to run on his contract, 1 year plus a 1-year extension option. Personally, I think he would be an excellent signing. Johan Bakayoko, of PSV, has been watched, but it's gone quiet on him of late. I'm not sure the interest is that strong. Which centre-backs are potential targets? Brandon Chance Mark Gahey is still on the radar for sure. The player has a decision to make given he can leave Crystal Palace on a free in 2026. But if a reasonable fee can be negotiated, I'd expect Newcastle to be back at the table for him. He would not have forgotten how keen Howe was to sign him last summer, and the defender will know that, under Newcastle's coaches, he is likely to improve. Bournemouth's Dean Huijsen is also admired, but there is a feeling he would prefer to go elsewhere. Have journalists noticed a reduction in access to senior people behind the scenes in the last year? I do wonder why Peter Silverstone has not been asked directly why he/the club have not secured sponsors for St. James and the training ground while they await developments. It's a no-brainer. Steve Lothian, we had some time with Darren Eales recently, but yes, I agree, an audience with Peter Silverstone would be beneficial to both journalists and supporters. The absence of a training ground/kit sponsor is, for me, a mystery. It has seemed like such an easy gain for 3 years now. I was told 2 years ago when